Yeah, hello scrappers. Thought today I'd go ahead and tear this looks like a exhaust fan down. Yeah, I plugged it in, checked it out, it doesn't work. So looks like a pretty good sized motor. So might be some good copper in there. Maybe a quick shot of what it looks like out here now. I pretty well have a straight shot to the trailer. And then I got that bin over there to throw all my small shred in for the time being. That way I don't throw it in the trailer and they can't get the appliances and stuff on. And then I'll use it to kind of fill in between everything. Put the big stuff on, throw the little stuff in the holes. I'll probably end up working on some of this here in the next few days too, this next week, before the pile gets too big. Just to get the guard off, and it looks like I'll have to get a deep socket for a few of those. There's some decent lag bolts. I might hang on to them. What we got here, it looks like about a 7/16 or so. That fits, and that is a 7/16. Yeah, that one's just spinning. I guess I'll have to get on it from the other side. Put a wrench on it. Just basically what these 4 bolts are doing, they're holding that bracket on there. Actually, it doesn't take, it takes a Phillips. I got a little stubby here. I'll see if I can get on it. There we go. Just got to keep it from turning. There we go. Done. But we're not. Now we got a whole bunch of Phillips screws on this thing. Of course, I got 4 Phillips here too. I think once I pull them out, well, this is what the nuts were on. They're just too tight of a fit to pull it straight out. Okay. Yeah, we had a little cold front come through and weather's doing pretty decent. The thermometer says 77 right now. Humidity's high though. Yeah, a storm came through north of us. I was looking on radar and that thing went from about the panhandle of Oklahoma, Woodward area, all the way up to Tennessee. Pretty good sized storm. But it stayed north of us. We got a little sprinkle this morning. That was about it. Just set this down here for just a second. I want to. Magnet sticks. Yeah, shred. Put that right there and put this one over here. A little bit of trash. For content for a burn pile, one or the other. And a lot of times these things don't want to come off too easy, but we'll see what happens. But first I'll give it a shot of WD-40. Give that Allen screw a shot also. Of course, now the question is standard or metric. Okay, that broke it loose. Usually, since I never keep these things, I try to pull that set screw all the way out. And I'll give it another shot of WD. And we're done with the Allens now, so I'll put them away, get them out of the way. Those of you that didn't really get to see what I did, I took my cold chisel and just got it up underneath that piece and then beat on it. That way it just pulled off evenly. Now, for you guys that don't have, they're just getting started scrapping, don't have a lot of tools, these blades are aluminum. Usually I use an air chisel, but you can take a cold chisel. I've done some beating on that thing. This thing is bent. May try to lay it flat. Do it on a vise maybe. I got a lot of it. I probably need to sharpen this thing. Anyway, you can do that, or you can take a grinder, if you got a grinder. I need to cut these wires off before I trip over them. Just a cheap power cord that they took off of something else and wired on there. Okay, and like I was saying, got a pretty small disc on it, but so you get that part done. Then just get you a punch. I may have to do it here, get a little more solid surface here. And that one came out clean. I'll clean the rest of that up off camera. You guys got the idea? Okay, now we'll get these 4 bolts out, get this bracket off of here. That's either 1/2 inch or 9/16. 1/2 inch. Okay, that one, you always get one that doesn't want to cooperate, right? That looks like it's just standard screwdriver, just a plain screwdriver. Mainly just try to get it in there to keep it from turning. There we go. Little pile of shred there. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's still 1/2 inch. Remember, in this heat, stay hydrated. Because I'm kind of working right on the edge of the camera there, aren't I? I turn that just a little bit. Make sure I stay in view. A lot of times the easiest thing to do here is just figure I better get this off before I swell that out too big. Now I want to check. Okay, that's all aluminum. Magnet does not stick anywhere on that thing. I was kind of curious because that sticks out there quite a ways. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. Okay, I got wires. Then what I do, I take my little tool that I made, and that pops right out. Normally I hit the shaft, but I stuck that up and I said, wow, there's no shaft to hit. What do I do? Okay, here we got a screw holding that. Got another one over here. Magnet sticks that little bolt right there. That's the first thing it's stuck to. There's a tree that pretty well shades this part of the workshop, most of it, so probably not hearing the sprinkle too much on this part. I guess that's molded right into it. Camera picked that up, how that goes into the holes there. I'm going to set this piece aside for right now and we'll get going on this motor, see how much copper we got. I'm pretty sure that's copper. Yep, we got copper. You got earbuds in, you might pull them out or turn the volume down. We'll see if I can cut this with this little bit of what's disc is left. Mainly I'm just going to make a cut here, and that'll relieve the pressure from the ring on the stator, and then the stator should come right out. There it is, just that pretty as you please. Okay, so now I gotta put a new disc on that so I can cut deep enough to get in there, so we'll be back in a few minutes. Got a pretty good sprinkle there for a minute while I had the camera shut down. I think I need to level up my workbench. Everything wants to roll away from me. Yeah, turn your volume down or remove your earbuds. That didn't take long. I might go ahead and do those other two after I get these done. This one done, get the video done. And this is one thing here that you got these little pieces of plastic here that from those little sleeves that go through. So I got to clean those off. I say a few videos back I did took a bucket and a copper, 38 pounds, and it's $3.31 a pound. And brass, I think when I took it in I was getting $2.20. I've got this little pry bar. They come in a set, and for you guys that don't have an air chisel, this works pretty good to get in there and get them started. Get it pried up a little ways, and you can get a screwdriver in there or a bigger pry bar. Of course, now this would probably be a lot easier if I cut the strings first, but some of these strings are just popping anyway. Which, for you guys new to the channel, I like using these little hook blades because your sharp edge is up on the inside, so if you can get under the string, you can cut it pretty good. If you use just a regular utility knife blade, then it seems like you're dragging it across the metal, and they tend to dull out a lot faster. I'm not sure I want to turn the air compressor on this morning. This is coming out pretty easy. Excuse me. Let's see how easy this is prying out of this one. Not all motors are this easy, believe me. And I try to get all the strings out, get it as clean as I can. Okay, now we'll do this little one. Yeah, the only thing with these hook blades, you got to be very careful if you don't slip and get yourself. Yeah, that's one thing about scrapping. Everything you do, you got to kind of think it through a little bit and think safety, you know. What are the dangers of doing what I'm doing, you know? How safe is it? What do I need? Gloves, eye protection, hearing protection, which my hearing's not very good anyway, so. Some yards that don't care about these strings, like metal check, they'll fuss over them. They'll either have me take it back, or they'll price it like insulated wire, which is really taking a big loss. So I'd rather bring it home and melt it down into an ingot or something and do some of my decorative ingots. So I need to get out and do some more of those one of these days, but they take a lot of time, and I'm probably selling them way too cheap for the time they take and the value of the copper. So it's so cool out here this morning. I got a few mosquitoes out here. Yeah, it's almost noon now though. Just about got it cleaned up. Get a few stray wires trying to get away. Okay. We'll come over here to the scale. See the 3.4 ounces. That's what the bucket weighs. So now I got the bucket on there, and we got 2 pounds 3 ounces. A little over 2 pounds, which is, I got 330, 331. So that's $6.50. Not too shabby for no longer than it took. Yeah. If I did an assembly line type thing, I could probably, I don't know, I could do quite a bit more. But you know, you gotta figure what your time's worth. If you're trying to do scrap for a living, this might be too much time involved. If you're handling a lot of material. If you only get a few things here and there, then you probably have time to tear it down. So it just depends on how hard you want to work. You know, if you're fairly young, you got a lot of energy, a lot of strength, you can get out there and just really hustle on, you know, load that scrap up, haul it in, and, you know, muscle it around. But me, at 68, yeah, I'm slowing down. Well, I got my Social Security I'm living on, so this is just a little bit extra money. So I don't have to make a big dollar per hour. Okay, I'm going to call it a video, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And I got a little more copper to put in my stash. This bucket's starting to fill up. So maybe in a couple of weeks I'll be taking it in to sell. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to see more videos coming out. If you're new to the channel, I want to invite you to look around, check out the playlist, see what different stuff I do, weather permitting. And we'll see you guys in the next video. You take care. Happy scrapping. Bye bye.